straight ahead on CCX News, improving the lives of African American youth. It's an issue Brooklyn Park city leaders say they're making progress on. Plus, news in Maple Grove concerning the sale of alcohol. It's something police say they can't recall ever happening before. And later, how life in Plymouth is as sweet as pie. CCX News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. A national organization dedicated to improving the lives of African American men and youth made a stop in Brooklyn Park.
City leaders met with representatives from Cities United to talk about successes and challenges within the city. And Delane Cleveland joins us now with more on that. Delane?
Mike, according to the Brooklyn Park Police Chief, about 10 years ago, juvenile crime plagued the city. But as of today, the chief says crime in Brooklyn Park is at a 32-year low, due in large part to youth outreach.
Now, has our work with the juveniles been the sole contributor to that? I would say no, but it's certainly been a big piece of it.
That was one of the messages city officials in Brooklyn Park wanted to get across to a group of 35 people from the group Cities United. The organization is a national movement focused on eliminating the violence in America's cities related to African American men and boys. Different people who work with youth in Brooklyn Park on a daily basis shared their success stories with the group on how they keep youth engaged. However, the police chief says that while they've done good work with youth, more of a focus should be put on helping young African American men.
Cities United also focuses on the second half of that population, which is youth between 18 and 24. We're not doing great work there right now, and we're not doing intervention kind of work. We're still doing prevention. So our goal now is to move forward into intervention.
The chief also said that the police department developed a partnership this year with the Parks and Recreation Department on a 10-week program that targets juveniles identified as being on the edge of potentially getting in trouble. That group will graduate in a couple of weeks, at which point city officials will analyze the success of that program. Mike?
All right, Delane, thank you. Well, Festival Foods in Brooklyn Park remains closed after a fire in mid-July.
But supermarket officials say they will be back in business come September 7th. Right now, workers are busy getting Festival ready for the reopening. LED lights have been installed, new shelves are being put in, and the store will have a totally new look next month.
We emptied out the store. All new lighting throughout the store. Everything had to get taken out. Everything's been cleaned or replaced. So smoke damage, there's soot, it gets everywhere inside of a building when a fire happens. So we have completely renovated the store.
On Thursday, August 31st, volunteers will be at Festival to restock the shelves in the store. This will be done in 3 separate shifts and is a way for community members to assist in the reopening process. Brooklyn Park City Council member Terry Parks came up with the idea.
They're family, so when a family member is hurting like these guys were, you know, the community really jumps on board. Brooklyn Park rocks when it comes to volunteering. So, yeah, I want my store back. It's close to home and something we've been shopping at for over 20 years.
Festival Foods has been paying their employees while the cleanup and renovation has been going on.
The city of Maple Grove has reason to be encouraged, especially in light of past incidents where a number of restaurants were caught serving alcohol to minors. Maple Grove police provide alcohol compliance training 4 days a year for bartenders, servers, and cashiers. One of those training sessions was held this Wednesday morning. This past May, police conducted compliance checks at 66 establishments that sell alcohol, and every one of them passed the test. It's the first time Maple Grove police can recall that has happened.
A lot of it comes back to the servers. I mean, this training I think has been very beneficial. In 2016, we trained over 1,300 servers throughout the city. So I mean, having 1,300 people go through this class and go back to their job, their employer, check IDs as they're supposed to check them, that makes a big difference.
It is, of course, illegal to serve alcohol to anyone under 21. A Minnesota driver's license has a red box around the picture that easily shows whether someone is of age.
Plymouth city planners say the number of available pieces of land to develop is dwindling. That's as one single-family housing project was just approved this week. The Plymouth City Council approved a new subdivision called Beacon Ridge in the northwest part of the city. 37 homes would be built on 15 acres of land east of the Plymouth Gun Club. Trees would be removed to make the project happen. Despite concerns from neighbors that taking down the trees would increase noise from the gun club, studies show the gun club would still be in compliance with sound requirements. A 6-foot-high chain-link fence will also be constructed to prevent trespassing onto the gun club property.
The opening of the Minnesota State Fair may be generating some buzz right now, but there's another kind of great get-together underway in Brooklyn Park at North Hennepin Community College. A little Plinko fun is just one example of the activities during North Hennepin's annual get-together to celebrate the new school year. Classes started Monday with more than 6,000 students enrolled and more expected in the coming weeks. Festivities like this are part of a 30-day effort to connect students with faculty and resources and encourage student success by getting involved on campus.
Once I started getting really involved, then I thought to myself, I said, you know, I really want to impact the student body and make sure that our next generation is able to continue our student senate and continue to make change on campus here.
If students are connected to campus, they are significantly more likely to be successful in their classes. So this is about connecting them so that they feel like they can get resources, they can get help for questions when they have it.
Ninth graders at Champlin Park High School are getting acclimated to their new academic environment.
So what does the future hold for the class of 2021? Here's reporter Sonia Goins.
Call it a freshman frenzy. Hundreds of students packed the halls as they got the lay of the land.
Lila, we're leaving.
Nearly 700 ninth graders are enrolled in Champlin Park High School this year.
2021 rocks or something like that.
Making the class one of the largest in recent years.
See my way around the school, make some new friends.
Students were divided into groups for orientation. Being in a new school, meeting new people can be intimidating to some.
I'm pretty nervous, but just a new school can be kind of nerve-wracking.
Other ninth graders ditched their nerves and instead turned up their school spirit.
They just started throwing stuff on me. I guess it's like hula to high school is what they're calling it.
The incoming freshmen are not shy about their aspirations.
I'm just excited to grow up.
After all, they've waited years to go to school with the big kids. Now that day is almost here. The freshmen are ready to head to class and learn something new.
I've never done sign language. I've taken Spanish. It was hard, but I think American Sign should be really fun.
I'm really looking forward to video arts, because that one sounds really fun.
Senior students mentor the freshman class, giving them advice on where not to go.
Usually the most crowded place like in the school is over there.
And what not to do.
Don't crowd the hallways. If you're walking in the hallway, don't just stop and do whatever, keep going.
The older students also gave them tips on how to have a fantastic freshman year.
Just to be yourself, surround yourself with good people.
They say juggling and prioritizing are key.
Make sure to balance all your classes like sports, family, friends. Yeah.
The future looks bright for the class of 2021.
Yep, 2021. So let's get it.
In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Good luck to all. Yeah. Still ahead on CCX News, time to celebrate cheese curds and pronto pucks. So we will have some tips on how to get the best bang from your buck at the State Fair.
Plus, the Cooper football team looks ready to shine this fall. We'll have a preview of the Hawks.
But first, considerably cool. We barely reached 70 on Thursday. We'll be right back.
We are on the eve of the Minnesota State Fair when thousands of people will descend on the fairgrounds to celebrate some of the best traditions in the state.
That's right. Getting there, though, is often a challenge. State Fair Express buses operate at more than 20 Twin Cities locations. 2 locations near us offer bus service every 15 minutes. One is in Brooklyn Park at the 63rd Avenue Park and Ride, and in Minnetonka, it's at Hopkins Crossroads. On weekends and on Labor Day, bus service is offered every half hour from the Park park and ride location in Maple Grove.
Riding one of the State Fair buses is a way to save on getting to the fair.
But there are a few other ways to save. Reporter Shannon Slatton explains in today's Money Savers.
That's right, Mike and Alex. This year, you can also use a ride-sharing app to get to and from the fair for less. Uber and Lyft have 2 pickup and drop-off locations, both on the northern end of the fairground. And if you are a new user to those, you can also get to the fair for less. New Uber users can use the code MNStateFair when you sign up to get $15 off your first ride. New Lyft users can use the same code to get 30% off 2 Lyft rides or up to $5 off 2 rides. And if you want to save money on admission and you haven't purchased your tickets in advance, let's go through some of those discount days. The first day of the fair, discounted admission for everyone. The first Monday, seniors and kids get in for less. Tuesday, active or retired military get in with a discount by showing their military ID. On Wednesday, show your library card to get a discount. Thursday, seniors get in for less. And finally, on the last day of the fair, look for a discount on admission for kids. And also on the last day of the fair, you can get a discount on food and merchandise at several locations, and you can pick up a guide for those at the information booth. So Mike and Alex, go have fun.
All right. Thanks a lot, Shannon. Still ahead, life got very sweet today in Plymouth.
But first, fall athletes at Hopkins High School hear a message about chemical and mental health awareness. Jay Wilcox has the details next.
I'm Jay Wilcox with sports. The school year begins soon and fall sports are getting into full swing. A local school had its fall activities. Participants gathered to learn about chemical awareness, among other topics. Hopkins High School held its annual meeting to discuss eligibility rules along with signs to look for regarding chemical use and mental health issues. Rhoda Michelin, parent of a former Hopkins student who died of an overdose at college, spoke about being proactive and getting involved if a friend or teammate is having trouble with drugs or alcohol or mental health issues. The program is one that Hopkins Athletic Director Dan Johnson is proud of.
And so over the years we've kind of expanded this, and we've had different speakers and we have different formats, and tonight we have a parent from our district who has lost a child, unfortunately, to an overdose, and we have our chemical specialist from the district and our school nurse. We have a message from our superintendent. It has, I think, really been a kind of a marquee meeting for us because our fall sports, you know, is everyone starts on the same day, so it's a little bit easier. And we get through tryouts, and we try and have this meeting, and we, in the last 5 or 6 years, have started now to feed everyone that comes.
The meeting for the Royals football and cheerleading teams is Friday night at 6 at Hopkins. Well, Cooper has become a consistent winner on the football field. The Hawks are coming off a strong season and have some good talent returning. Here's today's training camp report. Cooper's put together a nice run of success, and it's highly likely it'll continue this season. While they did lose some good seniors, a core of strong returners sprinkled through the lineup has the Hawks optimistic.
Last year we lost a couple guys, but we have a lot of young guys stepping up, and they're making big plays right now in practice, so I just can't wait to see what happens in the season.
But for us to be able to return our quarterback, our receivers, offensive linemen that was an anchor, and then defensively we've got defensive backs that have played a lot last year. Our linebacker core is all coming back, and then we got a defensive line that has a lot of experience and productivity from last year. So when you put all those factors in and you think about our leadership from our senior class, it gives us the opportunity to say, we can do something special.
The star power is here for sure. Linebacker Ante Burns is a defensive force. Defensive back Terrence Nicholson is another strong returner. Wide receiver and defensive back Phoenix Sproles is explosive. He's committed to North Dakota State. Left tackle Adam Cook is 6'7" and 325 pounds. And quarterback Cameron King begins his third varsity season. The offense should be productive, and the defense is ready to make plays too.
Fast pace, good. We just got to keep working. Like I said, chemistry is the #1 thing we need to work on.
As with all teams, the talk is one game at a time. But the Hawks know this could be a year that sees them go far.
Our goal is to go 1-0 every week, so we're starting off by going 1-0 and then hopefully making the state finals or state playoffs and then going from there.
Each senior class, they leave a little mark, and we keep on building off that. Starting off from my freshman year, and we had people like Adrian Jackson and people even last year or 2 years ago we had Philip Howard going to the U of M, and each senior group keeps on leading a nice mark.
They're ready to make some memories this fall at Cooper.
Good job.
Here is the lowdown on the Hawks. They had a strong 8-2 season last fall and have 5 starters back on each side of the ball. They open against Park Center next Thursday, August 31st. Well, the most hyped prize fight in recent years is this Saturday in Las Vegas. Pound-for-pound king Floyd Mayweather is coming out of retirement to face mixed martial arts fighter Conor McGregor. The build-up to the fight has been quite a show, with Mayweather and McGregor talking trash and getting in each other's face at every stop on the pre-fight tour. We asked Osseo pro boxer Caleb Truax for his thoughts on the upcoming match.
You know, a lot of people think it's kind of like a circus act, a joke, and it might be, but I think it's cool. I mean, they put two different sports together, and it's a huge event for fighting sports in general, you know. And it's not going to be competitive. I don't think Mayweather's going to outclass him and show what boxing is really about. But they're going to make a lot of money, that's for sure. I'll be watching. I might not pay $100 for it, but I'll be watching somewhere.
And a reminder that Truax has a fight of his own coming up. The Osseo native will face Keandre Leatherwood at Grand Casino Hinckley on Friday night. That's all for sports. Mike and Alex, back to you.
All right, Jay, thank you very much. Up next, One Sweet Ending.
A fundraiser that tempted plenty of taste buds when we come back. And finally, senior programs in Plymouth got a big boost today thanks to a delicious dessert in a flaky pastry shell.
The Plymouth Creek Center hosted its annual Pie Day fundraiser today. Volunteers served up about 40 pies ranging from apple to cherry to strawberry, rhubarb. And of course, no slice of pie is complete without a scoop of ice cream. People of all ages paid $5 a slice to dine on the delectable treats. The money helps fund supplies, equipment, and other things for senior programming.
Usually it's hard to find someone that might not like pie because there's a variety of it, right? So, but besides that, it goes good with a cup of coffee, it goes good with a conversation, and it goes good with, you know, a rainy day, a sunshine day, whatever it may be.
The organizers hope to raise about $1,000 through the sales of pies and used books. And there's no reason you couldn't do both, right?
That's right.
Eat some pie, read a
book, have a cup of coffee,
and
another
your
slice of pie.
Is?
I would say apple. It's traditional.
I like the strawberry rhubarb idea.
That's good too.
But I wouldn't turn down anything.
That's right.
That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
We will see you back here again on Thursday, starting at 4 o'clock.